Seeing all of this insanity lately has me thinking, did I leave the left or did the left leave me?
Yes, before we go into this video, America is about to witness something that they have not seen in a long time. Trump sent this out recently. The radical left lunatics of a George, a troublemaker, an agitator who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not elected president. He didn't win the popular vote by a lot. He didn't win all 7 swing states. He didn't win 2,750 to 525 counties. He didn't win anything. I won for many reasons in an overwhelming mandate, but fighting illegal may have been the number one reasons for this historic victory. I'm just doing what the voters wanted me to do. This judge, like many of the crook judges I'm forced to appear before, should be impeached. We don't want vicious, foul, and debated criminals, many of them deranged in our country, make America great again. And this is putting Democrat in a state that they have not seen in a long time.
Seeing all of this insanity lately has me thinking, did I leave the left or did the left leave me? In the past week, we've seen people vandalizing Teslas, calling SWAT teams to the homes of conservatives, and it's easy to get the impression that Trump is a train wreck and the Democrats were right all along. But according to an NBC poll that was just released, more people think we're going in the right direction than we've had since 2012.
First of all, the mood of the country, this really jumped out. We asked folks, is it on the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44% you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004.
And neither party has great favorability ratings, but the Democrats had their lowest rating in 30 years.
First up this morning, a brand new exclusive CNN poll that paints a brutal reality for Democrats as they struggle to mount a unified opposition to President Trump.
Which raises the question, what happened to the Democrats? Here's what happened. The left has gone farther left in the last few years on cultural issues. Meanwhile, media has been labeling seemingly everything that is right of left far right. 8 out of the 10 top media outlets have greatly increased the usage of the term far right, while mentions of far left have only gone up relatively slightly. Is this because America was just full of fascists waiting to come out of their secret neo-Nazi meetings once Trump was president? Well, here's the thing. The further you go to the left, the further everyone else seems to be to the right. And both social and mainstream media amplify this by giving fringe movements like open borders and trans sports advocates more visibility. As a result, the fringe starts to look normal, and normal becomes the new fringe. So where does this leave us? Well, I'm thrilled with most of the changes Trump is making, but healthy opposition is part of a healthy democracy. And right now, the Democrats are anything but healthy. They've become a party of complaints. They used to be a party that was anti-war, pro-working class, pro-free speech. But now they're not pro-anything except there are legitimate grievances that one could have with Trump. For example, he is definitely pushing the legal limits of what he can do with deportations and DOJ. And judges have been challenging him at those limits. That's healthy. That's why we have checks and balances. But say what you will about Trump, at least we know what he stands for. Right now, do the Democrats stand for anything? So here's a message for the Democrats. You're all negative, no positive. You need a position, not just opposition. Start talking about how you're going to move us forward rather than stoking fears of going backwards. Because there are many Americans, like me, who are open-minded and not committed to either party. But so long as the Democrats continue to just be about opposing Trump, I will just keep voting against them. And if that makes me far right, well, I'd rather be far right than far wrong.
For those of you who may have felt like this was a total capitulation.
Yes, if I was a Democrat leader, these are people I will look into, like, listen what they are saying. Yes, because they have a point. They have a problem they identified in the Democrat Party and they left the party. Look at what this guy is saying. Nothing but the truth. Based on his experience, not another person's experience. These are the problem. This is exactly what they are doing. The triggered people. When I look at statistics, Elon Musk shared, Democrats lost more than 330,000 people last month. Yeah. Why is that happening? They need to find out by watching videos like this to identify where they are going wrong. Chuck Schumer had an interview recently. He appeared on The View. The people were triggered. If you've been following politics recently, you realize Chuck Schumer was under highest criticisms that I've seen Democrat going off on him. So I'm calling that AIC should primary him.
Said the following: the fight going on in the Democratic Party right now is not between hard left, right, and moderate. It's between those who want to fight and those who want to cave. And it gives me no pleasure to say this to you because we are friends, but I think you caved. I think you and 9 other Democrats caved. I don't think you showed the fight that this party needs right now because you're playing with by a rule book where the other party has thrown that rule book away.
True.
And so in my view, what you did really was, in supporting that GOP partisan bill that Democrats had no input in, you cleared the way for Donald Trump and Elon Musk to gut Social Security, to gut Medicare, to gut Medicaid. Why did you lead Democratic senators to play by that book that the Republicans are not playing by?
They don't care if people die. They don't care if people suffer. We want you to be straight with us. How do we go to the next level to fight this?
Call, write letters, show up at places when you can. Show up in front of their office. Tell them how pissed off you are and how bad this is for our country and how there are people inside the house that you are trying to burn down.
But you need a leader with fight. I've said it over and over again. This is not about being a resistance party. That's very passive. This is about being an opposition party, which is an action. That's very, very active. And when you look at leaders that it seems that people are supporting, you're looking at the Jasmine Crockett's, who doesn't care, who's going to fight for you. You're looking at the Al Green with his cane, who's saying, my constituents need Medicaid. You're looking at that. You're looking at, I would say, an AOC. Her name keeps on coming up because she's out there every single day saying, this is what we need to do. So what I want to see is I want to see somebody meet energy with energy. I want to see a Democratic leader that doesn't capitulate, that doesn't make deals with the other side when the other side isn't interested in making deals. It's their way or the highway. Let's see a leader that's willing.
Yes, you can clearly see what that first guy said. The Democrat Party has chosen to be a radical party. They just want to continue to fight Trump every single day instead to looking into Trump's agenda, what he wants to achieve, like moving ahead. Democrat people like this don't want that. They want fight. Let's fight Trump. And this is exactly what made them last time not to win an election. They don't realize that. At a certain point, when I see these people doing this, I just laugh all through because people are fed up. Along the way, I'm now seeing AIC name coming up like she should probably this man. If this girl is chosen as the Democrat leader, the Democrat Party will never win election again because they will lose all the male voters. That is a simple truth. I want them to make that mistake, so they should find out.
All right. What we need, with apologies to Joe Lenardi, a wokeatology bracket.
Oh, Lord.
To assess the most unhinged Democrats trying to take over the Democratic Party right now. I've got my number 1 seeds. We got Jasmine Crockett, we got AOC, we got Ilhan Omar. Now, the 4th one I'm undecided about. I'm tempted to give it to Chris Murphy because he's just really picked up his game in the last 2 to 3 weeks. But I really think we need a bracket to see which of these crazy Dems is going to ultimately take control of this party and bring its approval ratings from 29 to even lower depths. That's my hope for it.
I thought this polling was interesting. This is whether Democrats should work with the GOP or stop the Republican agenda. But what I want you to look at here is how this has changed. And back in 2017, 74% of Democrats said they should work with the GOP. Now, 57% say they should stop the Republican agenda. There has been a complete shift in the mindset of the Democratic Party. They want resistance. They want a Tea Party, essentially.
100%. And what you just said, we should listen to the people. You said, as a congressman, am I correct in saying that you just said we should listen to the people? Why aren't they listening to the people? There's no leadership. There's nobody doing anything. And what we saw, honestly, was a cave. Yet again, another example with Schumer saying, I don't want the smoke. And we're asking, I mean, they are begging. She just showed the dramatic shift. I don't understand what the problem is. Why is there nobody, for lack of a better word, with some cojones to stand up and say, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well,
if
look,
you know we need it, and I'm not trying to give you the smoke, but if you know we need it.
He's trolling.
He was trolling me. I know this guy.
It's so confusing, though.
Well,
people are reading that.
He's trying to confuse people. He always tries to confuse people. He tries to hide what he does, and by way, that's another. You know, we Democrats are fighting them very hard. And what are we fighting them on? Today, we have a Medicaid Day of Action. Hakeem and I have set this up for the Senate and House. And we have senators and congressmen going to all different parts of their states and districts talking about how bad the Medicaid cut would be and why give tax cuts to take that money away from people, average folks, and give it to the very wealthy. God almighty, these guys are rich enough. God bless them. They don't need more money.
Yes, I believe when Democrats are always the Republican make compromises and they move on. Why is it that these people are so adamant that they should continue to be like that? I don't know if they are not wise to see what the people want.
For those of you who may have felt like this was a total capitulation, Senator Schumer just felt like this wasn't the moment for Democrats to press their case because Trump is still too strong.
When he went below 40% in the polls, the Republican legislators started working with us. And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Thank you guys who has been sharing all my videos. God bless you abundantly.
More fuel on the fire. The answer to their absence now of Joe Rogan in their party.
Not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person.
Sincere black Republican.
I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can.
Putting 2 months in. I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut.
Foreign